Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Another episode of our Blood Lords run through. You know, as I GM these hard slingers, I can feel something that I haven't felt in a long time. Excitement as I prep for the next session. You know, as I look back at the Dragon's Demand, that thing went on for 2 years. Yeah, can you believe it? I actually looked up the dates from November of 2020 to the end of November 2022. At times, I didn't think it would ever end. Other times, I thought we were in the final episodes. And at times, I thought about just pulling the plug on it. I mean, during that season, the show saw quite a few things going on. Obviously, everything being done under the umbrella of the planetary quarantine. We lost a few players and gained a few players. This is nothing new to you, my fellow slingers. But there were also things going on, most notably during the recording sessions, that had been edited out of the feed. All I want to say in addressing that is your group has to have a certain solidarity to it. Everyone has to be on the same page. And, well, we got it with Blood Lords. How do I know this? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because I've played with each one of these hard slingers. I know that sounded way worse than I meant it to. No, I mean that we all have a history, and we all want to be present. So, take a moment and give these boys a hand. Obviously, don't take your hands off the wheel if you're driving to do so, but clap those hands loud. Because I know I, as well as my fellow hard slingers, want to make you proud. And if we're not making you proud, if we're not representing this AP or this podcast properly, then let us know. Write in at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com and tell me personally. I will answer you back, and I'll answer you back on the show. Hell, I'll even send you out a D20. So, let me know. As a quick reminder, don't forget to leave us that 5-star rating and review on whichever podcast app you listen to the show on. Check out our YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20. And for the love of Pathfinder, tell a friend about the show. Let's get those subscriber numbers up. None of those rookie numbers. So, let's warm up our dice and top off our glasses. Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents Blood Lords, Episode 3.
Climb a wall.
What were you saying, Junior? Who got what?
Getting zombie crunched, and then David said no one can climb a wall.
No, you guys couldn't. Like Sam said last episode, I think gravity was your guys' worst enemy. Every time you turn around, you guys are taking fucking damage.
My family.
Spiders, we are not.
No. So
I was gonna say, my family and we all got together at one of the family reunions, and somewhere we went off on this tangent about gravity. And literally the 3 days we were all together, everybody was doing gravity, like little anecdotes and jokes about gravity, like we were doing a PSA for gravity. It was so stupid and so like inside joke, but the shit still comes up every time we come together. Like, hey, gravity, it's always there for you.
Yeah,
Stupid stuck.
But it will let you down.
Yeah. Just exactly.
You're not gonna just
that for 3 full days of stupidity. So
pat myself
gravity
on
has
the
a
back with that one.
very special place in my heart. That's all I want to say.
So, how's everybody enjoying the AP so far?
Woo! So
That's
far, so
good.
good.
Yeah,
I like the characters.
yeah, I do too. I think I asked this last time too, but now we're actually starting to see how the mechanics work, rather than just the play testing that we've been doing, but actually seeing it go on with the map and everything else. I know the listeners can't see the map, but it's there, trust me. So what I'm going to do is let me lead us in. Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. It is I, your trusted GM, Brian, and with me, the Hard Slingers. Episode 3 of our Blood Lords Episode 3 of our Bloodlords run through. Yeah, I just totally baffled that up. Business as usual first. Just a few things we're going to go over. It seems we, meaning I, misrepresented how we calculate falling damage. As I was doing the editing of it, it made me want to re-listen or re-educate myself in it, where we had it as 1d6 for every 10 feet. In Pathfinder 2, it's actually, if you fall more than 5 feet, you take bludgeoning damage equal to half of the distance you fell, and you land prone. Now, I was looking through it. I didn't really see a save for that, but I'd almost think that you would do a reflex save on that, or an athletics check. Most likely probably an athletics check to mitigate that, because otherwise you'll take the damage. So also, one of the things I wanted to convey, because Rack, he didn't understand what I meant about testing out some new blood on the last intro, is that in the future, I want to run some one-offs, some shorties that maybe have encompass a different edition or even a different system. Something that'll last for maybe 3-4 episodes, and maybe give some of our listeners an opportunity to join the Hard Slingers. It's not a full-on commitment, and maybe we could have some kind of a contest out there to get people to rally behind that.
Contest.
Whether it be whether it be D&D, Pathfinder, Delta Green, maybe some basic fantasy RPG, or like I said, maybe an older basic thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll be on the other side of the screen during these shorties. Yeah, because I don't want these slobs to think that they could get away with it, but maybe we'll let one of them DM. Because in the past, Sam's DM'd for me, Chris has DM'd for me when we were younger. And I know Radke had his own show before he joined Roll the Hard 20 podcast. So
all male review.
Yeah. Also, there was an instance in last episode where Sorrel cowered behind Khan to achieve a lesser cover and get a +1 to his AC. But I didn't note, which I have to note at this point, that while gaining the +1, anyone you're trying to attack from where you're shaking and shitting yourself also gets that +1. So
the target gets a +1?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Because it is considered under
Concealed.
lesser cover as well. Yeah.
Double-edged
And
sword,
the reason
baby.
why is I actually looked that up this evening. Now, where we begin to implement the crit, hit, and fail cards, at least for the time being, because we're going to see how they work with the fluidity of the game and make sure it's not bogging us down too much. But when a crit success is achieved, the damage is double damage.
Double damage.
Double damage, New York City, which is just like it sounds. You roll your damage, you add all your modifiers and all the pertinent bonuses and stuff, and then whatever that total is, you double it.
And that's obviously the same for us as you. So that's scary stuff.
Well, have a nice day.
What's my second character?
Yeah.
For the evening, anyways.
The bloodlust of our GM wanting to kill all the player characters.
Yeah, that's me. I've got this. I'm not going to get into it anymore. Fuck it.
That's better as a game to have the double damage, but I definitely prefer rolling the dice.
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to feel things out, and it's always at the show's prerogative to change things if we want to. I know we did it for Riders on the Storm, and then even for Carrying Crown, we did different things that I don't know, just to make it feel a little more fun, add that sense, that element of really putting it on the line. And then when you do succeed, it like, yeah, fuck yeah. But
I say, like devil's advocate to what Sam said, it sucks when you roll a critical and you roll like a D8 or whatever, and you get like a 1. But at least with the double damage, like it's something, because you hit that 20, it's like I want to F somebody up. And it's so,
and we may go back to what we used to do with max damage and then back it up for whatever you get on that back end, unless you crit success again, in which case you max damage that and you keep trying to not back it up, with the exploding dice.
Never take sides against Khan.
That's
And
right.
that's just something that we'll play with as we go along. Now, I'm not going to really do a recap of the last episode because technically we're in the middle of a combat still. The only thing I want to make pertinent is that De La Cruz just went down. Zombie came, hit him, and he went down to the ground. So I want to open up with a little bit of a narrative. De La Cruz. As this zombie chases you out of this rotten corral where apparently they were keeping all of these undead farm workers, you thought you made it. You got outside the door. You could actually start breathing fresh air, not breathing in all this piss-stained straw. And no sooner did you clear the door than this zombie was on your ass immediately. Hit you and brought you down. And as you lay on the ground, feeling your life begin to ebb away from you, in your mind's eye, you see this face hovering. It's an older man, maybe a little older than you. You see he's got scars on his face. He's got this look of despair as he's looking down on you. But what really shocks you is that his entire face is just bathed in blood. Now, whether it's his blood or something or someone else's blood, you don't know. All you know is that when you look up at it, this face, you think to yourself, by the gods, Kellen, have I failed you? Sorrel, you're next up in the initiative order. From just inside the double doors that lead into the farm proper, standing right next to Khan, what would you like to do?
So I'd like to get it. The zombie that was attacking Dela Cruz, is he down or is he still active?
He is the zombie or De La Cruz?
The zombie.
The zombie is still up.
Okay. We've got to get to Dela Cruz. I got to stabilize him. We're going to lose him.
I'm on it.
We got to go. So I am going to take. What's the next in the initiative order, Brian?
You?
A bit after me. Who's after me?
Khan.
Excellent. Okay, so I am going to close some of the distance on my move. If I remember, in that northern area, there's is it like a rock pile or?
That's in the southwest corner. Are you talking about where the whole
By
farm?
the gates. Yeah, up by the gates there. There's like
okay.
a rock pile.
I apologize. Yeah, it looks like there was another building that basically got shattered. The walls are busted apart, and what you're seeing is the rubble from those walls that have just been torn down. They're just, I don't think any of these boulders are greater than maybe 2-3 feet in diameter at the most.
Okay, I'm going to take a move. I'm going to try to cut half the distance between me and Sebastian. I'm going to head kind of southwest a little bit, over by the rock piles for my 20 feet.
Okay.
So I'll take my move action, and then I will take I'll raise my shield. I have a buckler on my arm, so I'm just going to raise my arm.
Is that
And
that's not your full movement though, right?
My full movement is 25 feet. So I took my 25 feet move, and then that's my one action. And then my second action, I'm just going to raise my shield.
Okay.
I'm waiting for Khan to come in and kick ass.
Khan.
Yo, Raina, you got the dog?
And she gives like a big thumbs up.
All right. We're going to double move. So I'm next to the big zombo that hit up on Cruz. Now I'm also next to this door. What are the chances of me kicking that door and slamming the shit out of that zombie?
I would say that the door probably wouldn't do well enough because it probably won't latch, but as a improvised bludgeoning weapon, that would sound pretty cool.
I just want to do like a big round kick and just like smash the door into this thing.
How dare you? I wonder if you can do it.
I can do it. What do I need to, or is there any penalties or anything like that? I just need to roll a hit.
Nope, just roll to hit.
Okay. I'm just gonna do the one attack for this one here.
Okay.
I can't do it. Put your back into it.
16 plus 6, 22.
So you crank this door, and it busts against him. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a D4 for damage? A straight up D4.
That's a way to use the
That
environment
is-
right there.
That is 2 plus 3, 5.
5. So you crank this door, and in its full arc, it actually picks the zombie up off its feet and drags him right to the door jamb and basically bisects him. You see half fall into the building and half just crumple right next to De La Cruz. You see like half of a human being laying right next to his prone form.
Damn, De La Cruz must have softened him up something good.
He had 1 hit point left.
Damn.
That's how
really?
close
Oh,
you were, Junior. He
yeah.
had 1 fucking hit point left, dude.
No way.
It
man.
was him or
I
you,
should've taken
literally.
The attack. Damn it.
You should have taken it, man. He had 1 point. Did you have anything else you want to do there, Con?
I'm all out of actions, but what I'll do there is I'll just kind of look down on Cruz. Cruz, you okay?
Oh, he's circling, dude.
Well, I'm all out of actions. I
Oh.
can actually drop down next round if I need to and apply.
I'm gonna
Steady
You
stabilize.
gonna handle it?
I'm gonna stabilize him. I just gotta wait for my next
I'm
action.
going to apply steady pressure to his Adam's apple with my
Yeah, I have-
knee.
I have treat wounds. I'll put my knee on his neck and my wrists around his collars and just bring it up together.
He's got
No,
a
you
few
can't talk
holes
yet,
that need
Cruz. You're
plugging.
dead. You can't talk, son.
I gotta
Interrogating the witness.
You gotta me.
That'll
Oh,
be
I
that,
gotta
please.
beep that.
That's all I said. Pause.
I
Put the
gotta
fucking
beep
E to my
it.
name. Wait, what is this?
Renna, from your
Alright.
perch atop the wall, you see this zombie hound just snapping, just like a snapping turtle trying to get up this 20 feet, not realizing that it's not even a possibility, but it just knows that you're living and it wants to eat you.
I think in her mind she just feels like so secure because she knows it can't get her. So she almost even like holds a boot out, like to just draw this thing closer and keep it away from her allies. So she will hunt prey as she's doing that, and then she's gonna take 2 shots with the bow.
Ooh.
When you were
8.
saying you were feeling comfortable, I thought this was going to be a Summer's Eve commercial for a moment there.
Don't be such a douche.
Oh, dude.
Balloon.
So does an 18 hit, sir?
That will hit.
All right. I get the 2 dice of damage, 12 points.
So you pin this hound right to the ground. And for your douchey little comment,
Yes.
let's give old Ratke here a gold doubloon.
We've
For
banked
getting
2
these
of
things
those now.
handed out.
Like
We
it,
got
baby.
2.
I got a whole handful of them over here.
She is going to jump off the fence in just one fluid, very dexterous, agile motion. And,
May I suggest
start
you
moving.
climb down?
No, man, she's going for that backflip.
Okay.
Okay, why don't you backflip me a athletics check?
Ooh, that's a 19 on the dice, son.
Okay. The adrenaline pumping. You actually do this full-blown half gainer, landing what remains of this hound, and just stick the landing.
She
Don't
kinda
even look
yeah.
back. And it's a
yeah.
slow motion explode of the dog's head.
Just like in the movie, she doesn't even look at the explosion. The blood and guts are going over the wall, and she just rounds the corner. So she's moving to the west past this building and she just hits it at a gain when she sees the guys further down the building to the south. And that'll be it.
The building's not really a building. It's more of an annex. And I'm going to reveal a little bit more of the map here.
Oh yeah. We finally conquered our worst opponent so far. That damn wall. The spell is broken.
Yourselves.
The spell is broken. The curse is lifted.
Okay, I need to pan out just a little bit here.
What a
Sorry.
lovely place. Like, they screwed this place up quick if it's just been a week.
They were upset of the working conditions.
They should have had a better labor union.
Yeah, for those listening, we're looking at the map. There's this building that's just all beat to hell. Fences are knocked down. There's blood in the center of the pen, like the corral, whatever the fences were holding.
Looks like it could have been a fighting ring, man. You could have been right up in there.
Yeah, get Dempsey from the old days in there.
So yeah,
Dempsey v. Khan.
Sorrel, when you saw that, all that rubble that you're now hiding in, you could tell that it came from some kind of a large structure. It looks almost the same size as the corral that Sebastian fought that zombie in. But it also, as the rest of you guys see, only it's horizontal. Sorry, it's from east to west is its length. But more towards the center of this farm, you see there was a big corral. All the wooden planks that kept this thing, the perimeter of this thing have just been destroyed and laying on the ground right now. And you see another lone building just to the west of this corral, which I think the corral is probably 90 feet in diameter. And just to the west of it, you see another building that looks to be 60 by 30 with a door in the eastern wall. But what you guys really should be worried about is your old boy, De La Cruz.
How
Am I
come?
up? It's my turn.
He's not
up?
attacking no one.
It's actually Sebastian's
Get
turn.
him!
So why don't we go ahead and make that first death save there, Sebastian?
All right. So, if I get this correct, it is 10 plus dying 1, so 11 to beat.
That would be correct.
And Daddy rolls an 18 on the die.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is a pass, but that is not a stabilization. Sorrel.
All right. I am going to cast Stabilize on my companion, Sebastian Dela Cruz.
I was just thinking, wasn't this? Did you do that to him last time?
Yeah.
in the last AP.
Oh, yeah. So that is 2 actions, and it just stabilizes him to 0 hit points, and he's unconscious.
Okay. So
And there's no DC for that. It just works.
yeah, I'm just looking to see, is there anything else you wanted to do with it?
I'm going to move closer to him. I'll take my move action to get close to him.
Ooh.
Hold me.
I think as Rena's coming around the corner and she's still got the bow up, like sniper style looking for enemies. And she walks up and kind of, she doesn't see any bad guys, but she sees this tableau going on. And she puts away the bow real quick. And she kind of approaches Khan and she sees, Sorrel's down there with the crews. And she's like pissed off. And she looks inside the building. She sees the hole. She sees the man on the ground. And she's like, we got to talk. She says it's the Khan. She's like, we got to talk. And she kind of like pulls him away a little bit. Does he come? Yeah. Oh, God.
Khan, it is you. In fact, right now we're out of combat at this moment.
Okay.
So go ahead and free form whatever you guys want to do.
Oh, okay. First, I just want to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
But she's just, she kind of like crosses her arms and she's looking down and she looks up at Khan. I imagine he's like a little bit bigger than she is probably. Then she's just like, this isn't good. This is our first encounter. We already got a man on the ground. We got to do better than this.
Agreed. We just have to have armored dwarves jumping onto roofs. That doesn't sound smart.
Agreed. And she's like, if you could see inside her head, she's playing back in, sorry, from like, you could kind of see in her childhood where she would be like following her father, and her dad's this, imagine like Idris Elba, well-dressed businessman, and he'd be with, like a younger contemporary and giving like wisdom and talks. And she would always hear him say stuff like, always take care of your people. Always take care of your team. And in that moment, she's seeing this guy and she knows, she's screwed up. And she's taking this on herself, but she wants Khan to know, she's like, we gotta be functioning as a team. We gotta be more careful than this. If the first time we run up against enemies, we already got people going down, this is gonna be very dangerous. This is horrible.
Tell it to him. He's the one that's in trouble. I did fine.
No, you did good. You did good. We just, I need to do better.
Sorrel overhears this conversation between Khan and Rena, and he turns to the two of them and says, I cannot agree with you more, Rena. We've got to stop charging in. We have to have a plan. I can heal us, but I can't heal us all the time. We've got to have a plan before we go into these kind of encounters. Do you understand how important this is? I understand you're upset, but my healing can only go so far.
Agreed.
So, Khan, you need to tone it down a little bit, my friend.
I'm the one that killed everything. I'm walking around fine. I didn't have no problem. It's all these crazy fools jumping around, jumping onto buildings, wearing plate mail.
Can we all agree to have a little discussion before we just charge in?
Sure. I'll tell you what I'll be doing. Right now, enough of this girl talk. You ladies keep talking. I mean, it's nice that you could be friends right now. I'm going to go scout the area because there's probably a few more of them zombos walking around. And I mean to find them.
She holds up one finger and she's like, good idea. Let's go together like a team, like a unit.
I assumed you would follow me. I'm going this way. I'm telling you what I'm doing.
Perhaps we should take care of our companion here first and bring him back to us?
Sure.
Do you
She
guys
kinda-
agree?
Yeah, Rena like kneels down next to Sebastian and she looks over at Sorrel and she's like, I couldn't agree more.
You guys give me some room. Just step back a
Yeah.
little bit, give him some air, let me go to work.
You go to work. We're going to scout just in the area here. We're not going to be too far. But we need to get eyes in this area because we don't know what's creeping up on us. Now, Rena, if you can be nice and quiet, and I don't mean because you're talking a lot, but can you keep quiet while you're walking with me and nobody's going to know what we're doing?
She's like,
Sneak
I'm
You're like a shadow through the alley.
your Huckleberry.
All right, I prefer boys and berries.
All right, so she'll
Boys and berries?
Boys and berries.
boys and berries. Oh.
Ooh, I'm gonna earn that and not safe for work rating.
Yeah, so she'll whip out the arrow
Hey,
again.
now.
She'll whip out the bow again, and she'll just kind of like gesture, like, "All right, lead the way. I'm right behind you." And she's gonna be scouting with him.
Okay. You want to handle the down dwarf while we're here? You want to do that first, GM?
What do you want me to
Or
do
do you-
with the dwarf? I'm not healing him.
No, but he has to be. Do we want to make sure he's
Well, he's gonna, as you
Not
guys
dead.
keep going, pretty soon. Well, he's laying there. He's not dying. He's just at zero.
unconscious.
It's up.
No,
It's up to
unconscious.
you guys to decide what you
Yeah,
want to do with him. Like,
Sorrel's down there giving him mouth to mouth. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, if
while
you guys
Sorrel's-
wanna-
it's not even part of the healing.
if you guys want to administer a healing potion or something, or anything else, I don't know
I'm
what you
gonna-
guys.
I'm going to treat his wounds.
Okay.
And I actually am 7 out of 18.
You had a 7 out of 18 for your roll?
No, for
Hit
my hit
points.
points.
What are you talking about?
You fucked up.
7 out of 18 for my times I remembered my wedding anniversary.
I rolled an 18 on the die for a 15 difficulty check,
Nice.
which means that our good friend Sebastian is going to roll 2d8 to gain back hit points and regain consciousness.
2d8. How about this, Chris? Why don't you roll it for me? Let's see. I'm unconscious, so I'll let you roll it.
2d8. Oh boy. 2d8. Let's see what we got here. And you are going to gain 11 points of healing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank God. Need a new target.
Sebastian, are you okay? Are you with us? I'm assuming he's just kind of, his eyes are coming to life.
All right.
And I'm still kind of tending to Sebastian, just making sure that he's okay, that he's starting to gain reconsciousness. How many fingers am I holding up, Sebastian? I hold up my ashen hand. How many
3.
fingers?
What do you got? 3 of them up there?
You wouldn't know that if he wasn't concerned.
3 of them. And them fuckers you gotta put in me.
Oh God.
How many fingers do I have up there?
Wiggle them around a little so I can tell.
How are you feeling? Are you feeling okay?
Well, other than my pride being a little broken, and so is that roof, I think we'll manage.
I think
Let's just be careful in some of these buildings. I don't think they're structurally sound.
so. I think Sebastian, while you were out, we had a little powwow with Brenna and Han and myself, and we all agreed that we're gonna kind of
Cut you loose.
yeah.
You're the
Sorry,
weakest link, son.
You've been
Sorry, your
voted off
position's
by-
been eliminated.
It's been filled.
We all agreed that we need to calm down a little bit and have a little bit more of a plan before we just rush in. I mean, this is not a good omen for us with losing somebody right out of the gate. My healing is good, but it's not that good. So we need to calm down a little bit.
All right, we'll hold on to the risk taking for a bit.
So Renna, you are down, and you're with Khan.
Yeah, I think when she stands up from being down on the ground with him, maybe you see like the blood coming out from where the dog like attacked her by the gate. But she's ready to go.
Most of them are like shin bones protruding from their skin. That's where all the damage is from falling damage and shit.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, so tell me where you guys want to go, what you guys want to do. Like I said, on the other side of this corral, you see that there's a bunch of smaller busted buildings to the south. It looks like a torn up garden to the southwest. And in the west, there appears to be another building, but this one appears to be intact. I think I mentioned that from north to south, it appears to be 50 feet long. And then from east to west, about 30 feet.
So when we were riding in, I remember seeing there was another gate. So I think Runna would be like, why don't we scout towards that gate and see if, it might be good to have a backup exit if we need it. What do you think?
Now, the other gate was against the western wall and the northern portion of the western wall, next to those 4 silos that you saw from a distance. So just to kind of give you an idea whereabouts it is.
Speaking of gates, I got separated from you guys. Whatever happened to Bordex,
Brodek?
the handler that took care of this place?
He's just hanging out over there.
Boom, boom.
We saw him. I told him to stick around. We'll be back.
Yeah, we want to get a look at this place before we go investigating. Last time that didn't work out too well. We'll come back to him.
Has anybody looked at product to see if maybe there's something that we want to bring back to, back to Berline? That that maybe she can identify that this was him rather than just take our word for it?
I'm going to bring him back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's already on a carrying stick, so we're good.
All right.
Why don't you two take a quick look at him and be careful at the crime scene, okay? We'll be back. We just want to make sure there's none of these other, and she gestures at the zombies sneaking up behind us.
Now, explain to listeners who's going to where and who's staying teamed up. Because even as the GM, I'm having a tough time following that.
We should all stick together.
Yeah, we'll all stick together. If he's down,
Sure.
I mean, he ain't going nowhere.
He'll keep.
Yeah.
Con, Brenna, where do you think we need to go to just make sure that we're safe where we're at? Do you have a thought? Do we go south? Do we go southwest?
I think she wants to fall back a little bit north towards the gate that we almost came in on, or we tried to come in, and then scout to the west towards that other the other gate in the silos, just to see if there's any other, because that's where those other dogs were, to see if there's any enemies coming up that way.
That's what I was going to suggest. I say we keep to the outer perimeters. We scout around the buildings. We don't want to be going in between the 2 buildings and have stuff dropping down on us like zombies from the sky. I say
And if we
scout,
see any,
stick
if we
close
see
to
anything,
the wall.
we'll
Damn
come
it,
back.
woman, I'm talking. We should be scouting towards the. Sorry. I want to keep to the buildings where we can hide. If we see something coming, we can duck inside one of these ramshackled houses. They're kind of nice looking for me, but I don't think you people like these types too much. But I think we do that now. We'll keep us safe.
What do you mean, you people?
Oh, you know what I mean.
What do you mean, you people? Agreed.
Oh, somebody take the lead. All this talk is.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's drawing my mouth out.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm fighting the UI on this hard roll 20 program. Why fight the enemy when you can fight with the UI?
Wait till the UI turns into an AI.
Yeah.
Then you're really gonna fucking fight.
So real quick, I want to take a peek, stealthily, of course, and just make sure these buildings ain't hiding or harboring no flesh bags or anything like that. If I don't see nothing, we keep moving.
So you're gonna peek into the one building that Sorrel was next to during the last combat, correct?
In the rubble next to this building that's sort of towards our west, and I'll be walking all stealthy and footpad like.
Okay. You look inside this building from where you are, just outside to the north of it, and you see that there's all these worn leather saddle-like contraptions with numerous straps and iron loops and buckles. You see muzzles of various sizes, and they all appear to be crushed and tangled in a heap amid the rubble from those very same collapsed walls that you're looking through right now. It doesn't take a genius or a con to know that this building was probably once a storeroom for custom tack, most likely used by the zombie workers.
Okay, and in case everyone doesn't know, because we were in the middle of fighting or dying, the gate is unbolted. The minute things start happening, we can make a beeline through the gate. It's open. We can get down to the carriage, which is right outside, and we can bail back if we want. Make sure we grab the halfling, the hangling that's on the wall too. I'll get that.
Now that would be quite the sight to watch the four of you running from whatever's in here with Broderick on your shoulders, getting in the wagon and having the single donkey take off.
That's right.
Go, go, go.
Oh,
He's got a lot of spirit. It's not a donkey, man. It's a conky. All right, let's go, little con. Little baby con. All right. That's right. All right, so we're scouting.
No,
we didn't
it's
see anything in the building.
Donkey.
Donkey.
I'm gonna drag you that wagon across the plains.
All right, let's put the little folk between us. Raina, you bring up the rear. You start seeing things, start adding feathers to them.
She's keeping like 20 feet behind Con, getting a nice meat shield action there.
Little guys, you coming?
So, from the corner of this building, Con, as the rest of your troops begin to get closer to you and begin to rally around you, you look to the west and you see that there are these 4 large silos. They're about 40 feet tall. You see 3 busted carts with their wares all upon the ground. And you see 2 more of those hellacious zombie hounds milling about with a large horse just kind of stomping flesh that's on the ground and reaching down and eating it. Kind of
The horse is a zombie too?
Yep. And the 3 of them are kind of looking around for more things that are edible.
Fresh meat.
And they're just kind of milling about at this point.
Okay. I see this in Raina too, or just me?
You're at the corner of the shack of the tackle house. You see this. I don't know how close the other individuals are to you.
Well, I'll whisper back and let them know what I see. I see 2 more dogs and a damn donkey over there.
It's a horse.
Yeah, it's a donkey in my board.
The conky.
Yeah. So we got a horse and 2 dogs. They both look like they're a bunch of the flesh bags.
I would like for you guys to make a perception check as you guys are
Got it.
doing what you're doing at this point. Sorrel. Actually, give me Give me a perception check for whoever is next to Khan. If that's all of you, that's fine. If not, then let me know. Sorrel, are you next to Khan?
No, I'm about 15 feet behind him.
Okay. Sebastian?
I'm behind the Kong about 10 feet, just hugging the wall.
Okay.
Well, I had said I went
Where are
back
you
and
at,
whispered
Renna?
to him. So
You're right next to
Renna-
him?
Yeah, she's enough where she would have an angle on this, I think.
Okay. Khan, you and Renna make your perception checks.
yeah, I got a 6.
Ooh, I got a 9 total.
9.
Yeah, deal with that, GM.
Dirty.
The most I could tell you is that these 3 individual animals seem to have caught your scent on the air. Let's roll some initiative.
All right.
Yeah. About
Hell
time.
yeah.
Come on.
Finish off that Sebastian.
Changing out my D20.
You're gonna need to. Oh shit.
That's not a bad idea because I definitely rolled an 8.
Sorrel.
22.
Damn. Renna.
A total of 15.
Khan.
23, baby.
De La Cruz.
Still coming to his senses with a 9.
Oh shit. Half a moment, dogs.
We got the dogs and the horsey after us, boys.
Wait a second. Who let the dogs out?
Oh, somebody mute this guy right now. Khan. You see these 3 animals, the zombie horse, the 2 zombie dogs, catch your scent on the air, and the 3 of them start to make their way towards you. What do you want to do, Khan?
Are they going? So I'm at the corner of the building here. All
Yes.
you beautiful listeners out there. Are they coming towards me? Towards that corner?
They're coming towards the northwest corner of that building you're hiding behind right now.
All right. Well, I don't want to be sitting there. Food for 3 zombos. I want Khan to move around this building here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a 2 move. It won't let me put it in the right square. Sorry, GM.
Sorry.
But what I want to do is I want to separate them if possible, so that we're not all getting just pounced by these people.
Okay.
Take some cover, people. They're coming.
Sorrel. All you see is Khan depart his post at the northwest corner of this building, whisper something, get the fuck out of Dodge, dog. What do you want to do?
I'm going to follow Khan's lead and gain some cover, assuming that something is dangerous that was outside of my view. So I'm going to take my move action, and I'm going to move inside this open section. So I'm going to go east across the building along the wall to the opening, and then I'm going to duck in and kind of take a U-turn and
Okay.
get a little cover from inside.
Sounds good.
And that is my move action, and I'm going to raise my shield again to gain a +1 circumstance bonus on AC.
I see your shield and raise you.
There you go, Rita.
Before I end my turn, inside this, is there any other cover inside this dilapidated building?
They're just busted shelves, busted saddles, just piled up, muzzles, hooks, leashes, all kinds of your BDSM stuff that's lingering around in here. There's really no place to hide. There's no closets of any such. They were just work shelves with work benches. Nothing anything else around.
How high are the piles of stuff?
Not more than 1.5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, wherever it was at, was just kind of knocked down and trampled about. don't you go make a perception check?
Perception check. That, my friend, is going to be a 13.
13. As you're looking around, trying to find some place to cower to, you notice that there appears to be, in the leather straps, large hoof prints that have been basically embedded in this leather, but you really can't tell from what kind of animal or creature made these impressions.
So I see leather on the ground that have the impression of what I only can guess are hooves of some sort.
Yes.
Can I tell how fresh they are?
Making a... Sorry. So much for the quick, easy edit. Actually, this is my own fault. I was going to say make an investigation check, but I don't even know if we have that in this.
Maybe it's the Mogusta Bowl. Maybe, maybe that's
maybe it's a nature check. Recall knowledge, fauna, flora, geography, weather, the environment, creatures of natural origin like animals, beasts, fae.
Fairies, bunch of fairies in here.
Make a nature check.
Nature check. Oh, ooh. That is going to be a 25.
25. It looks like some kind of a large steer might have made these impressions, but it's way larger than what you're probably used to seeing over at the Jersey Made farm.
Clydesdale zombie horses.
Can I tell the age of the imprints on the leather from my nature check? I guess what I'm trying to find it. Recent?
Yeah.
Okay. So I yell over to Khan and say, Khan, we look like there may have been some large beast that may have been in this location. So
definitely is now, man.
Good thing you yelled his name.
So we should be very careful. My just very cursory glance in here looks like this may be a little dangerous location. So we want to get in and out of here quickly.
Well, the dogs and the horse smelled me. I'm hoping if I jump in here, my beautiful aroma won't be carried on the winds to their nostrils anymore.
I'm just saying, be careful. I have a kind of a bad feeling about this location, so let's just be careful. A large beast of some sort has been in this location recently.
Well, we got some medium-sized beasts, 3 of them barreling down on me right now, so I'll worry about them first.
Okay.
So it
And
looks
this damn
like
donkey.
so it looks like the party of animals split.
The smart fucking animal.
The 2 dogs go to the north side of this building. The horse goes to the south side and actually sees you, Khan. And attacks. Yeah, with the Khan again. You see it reach down with its snout and attempt to take a chomp out of you. Miss, no doubt. And it's going to try it again. Oh, with the hard 20. Even though...
Are you
it's
telling me
at a
the horse is giving me
-5.
the hard 20?
Oh, it's going to give you the hard 20 already. All the way in. So, when we go and bust out one of those cards there, Dave, let's see what
So
we
this is
got.
going to be what, a piercing?
For a horse?
Yes, piercing.
So
What the hell kind of thing it's got to pierce me with?
Yeah.
It's teeth.
all right, so you're going to love this. Kidney piercing. The target is sickened 2. Somehow it bit you in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, a donkey punched me.
It called you your sister's name. So your damage is 16 points of damage,
Dude.
and you are sickened 2.
Okay. Well, I will
Sicken
just,
level 2 or sicken as well?
Yeah, let's read what sickened
Sickened.
does to the poor bastard.
2
I've got
rounds.
And then
Got
I
it.
have to tell you, as soon as you're done, I got something to say.
So, take a status penalty equal to the value of all checks and DCs. So, you're going to take a -2 penalty to those checks and your DCs. You can't willingly ingest anything. You can spend an action retching to attempt a fortitude save against the DC of the sickening effort. On a success, you reduce the value by 1 or 2 on a critical success. So you could force yourself to hurl, and if you do it with a fortitude save, then you knock it down a level. If you actually crit it, then you
Expel
expunge
the
it completely.
Puke in this thing's face, man.
What were you going to say before I have these two dogs go to town on these two slobs?
So I had taken 4 hit points in the previous battle, twisted my little footy.
Okay.
This one, because I had 20. This one, I had 16 left. This one knocked me down 16 points.
Oh,
to 0.
jeez.
But orcish ferocity reduced to 0 hit points, avoid being knocked out, and remained at 1 hit point. So King Khan still stands.
Or you could use your gold doubloon, make me re-roll.
You know what? I really do love spending. You know, I don't afford myself a lot of luxuries. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna spend that gold doubloon.
Somebody's treating themselves. Let me re-roll that attack.
20.
17 on the dice, minus 5, which is a 12. Because
it misses at 17.
Well, hold on a second there. Minus 5 brings it down to 12, plus 9 moves it up to 21.
That still hits.
Okay. But the damage will be a lot less. It will only be 6 points of damage total.
All right. I'm still functioning at half.
And you know what? I'm so proud of you that we'll pick this up next session.
Look at that. I spend money and he leaves me right away.
I'm gonna spend the money he gave me.
Like our lady in Vegas, man. You spend the money and they're gone.
Damn.
I totally forgot I had that gold doubloon. Thank you.
Let it ride.
Put it all on red.
Put it all on dead. Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Podcasts, and Audible. And if you like what you're listening to, leave us that 5-star rating and review. We also have a YouTube channel at Roll the Hard 20, so if you're into watching, head on over and hit that subscribe bell. We can also be found in the wild on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so don't forget to look for us there and check us out. You can also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com, where you can download the current show directly, pick and choose past shows from our archives, or view our galleries. We've got a lot of stuff posted there, so check us out. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast, where you can become a hard slinger and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass topped off as you roll those hard 20s.